SUVs are rolling hard on American roads right now, and you are probably also about to buy one too. Great. That is some good stuff. But hey, let me tell you that there are some absolute clunkers among those SUVs that you should not dare to put even a penny on. The only trip you will be getting from them is to your local mechanic, and that's not what you want, right? Hello everyone, this is Ted from CarlandTV. Hop in the front seat, as today I am going to reveal some of the most disappointing SUVs you should avoid buying, as they will only cause you to lose money because of seemingly endless repairs and maintenance. Before I start, I would really appreciate it if you would push those buttons below. The subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. I do not require you to do so, but you would make me smile and push me to give you more valuable car-related content on your screen. Now buckle up and let's get back to the video. 2022 Volvo XC60. Don't get me wrong. Although people crap on the XC60, they can't still deny the fact that the SUV has positive points. The 2022 model, for instance, exudes fuel-efficient performance. The front-wheel drive B5 model is estimated to give 28 miles per gallon on highways and 22 miles per gallon on city roads. If you get its B6 powertrain, that should be a guaranteed 21 miles per gallon in cities and 27 miles per gallon on highways. Obviously, there's only a slight drop between the two engine options. There's also a hybrid T8 powertrain that delivers 63 miles per gallon of gasoline equivalent. The XC60 offers a satisfactory driving verve. It's easy to control and has enough power to accelerate in a breeze, thanks to its aerodynamic size and construction. However, these good things won't mean a thing if the car is troublesome. Well, you see, the 2022 Volvo XC60 already had 3 recalls under this name. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, has the records for these major recalls. One of the recalls, which was issued sometime in January 2023, is about a screw inside the gearbox housing that could cause the steering wheel to lock up, increasing the risk of a crash. Another recall, which was announced months prior to the January 2023 recall, addresses a problem where the vehicle may lose drive power if the high-voltage battery is depleted, which also amplifies the chances of the car getting into accidents. The third recall pertains to the automatic locking retractors in the seatbelts, which may deactivate early, potentially affecting the security of child restraint systems in the vehicle. Sure, all of these issues could have been addressed already, but I don't think that the 2022 Volvo XC60 is still worth buying. Better skip this one and go for other more reliable model years of the SUV. 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. Electric vehicles like the Ford Mustang Mach-E have a certain command on the market due to their revolutionary design and stylish appeal. Yeah, we have to admit that most of these EVs have futuristic appeal on them. Plus, we can't just ignore that EVs offer instantaneous acceleration. It's their best-selling point after all. However, not all of these EVs will give you a convenient time on the road. One example I always drop is the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. While this thing has all the merits that make it your standard electric car, it has serious underlying problems you should know. Instead of providing an electrifying performance, all it did was electrocute its owners with troublesome repairs and replacements. One of the reasons why I prohibit people from buying a 2020 to 2022 Ford Mustang is because of its defective battery, which prompted a recall by Ford. Around 50,000 vehicles were affected by this. Ford admitted that the batteries used on specific 2020 to 2022 models of the Mach-E are prone to overheating due to faulty charging mechanisms, and that could potentially result in the loss of propulsion power. Software updates were introduced to address this issue, but that didn't remove the stigma. If you think that's the only reliability problem of the 2021 Mach-E, you're definitely wrong. One common problem for this particular EV involves its brake pad material bonding to the brake rotors. Without being too technical about this unholy union causes pulsation or vibration every time you step on the brake pedal. Ford even issued the TSB 212206, which instructed dealers on how to troubleshoot this matter. In the grand scheme, the problems that cripple the Mach-E are the driving forces that should discourage you from bringing home the SUV. 2014 Nissan Rogue. Nissan has been on a rocky boat for the past decade or so. While its vehicles still sell, a lot of them are actually troubled, even in terms of popularity and user preference. A lot of car makers these days are getting more and more competitive when it comes to their production vehicles, so I still don't understand why Nissan doesn't step up that much. Much of the curse, if that term is appropriate, has clung to the 2014 Nissan Rogue. In hindsight, I also think that the biggest blunder of the 2014 Nissan Rogue and the rest of Nissan's subsequent production cars is their continuously variable transmission. One of the main problems of Nissan CVTs is overheating, which can occur due to inadequate cooling systems. Another critical flaw that is often cited in these CVTs is faulty transmission belts. Apparently, the belt has inadequate durability, which often leads to slipping and premature wear. But fair play to Nissan Rogue, as it introduced some improvements in the newer models of the Nissan Rogue, such as the third-generation Xtronic CVT. These are better CVTs than what Nissan used in the past. But damn, these transmissions are still riddled with challenges. Their reliability is still a concern for their owners. In fact, there's a class action lawsuit filed against Nissan for specific units of 2014 to 2018 Nissan Rogue, 2015 to 2018 Nissan Pathfinder, and 2015 to 2018 Infiniti QX60. This prompted Nissan to pay around $277 million for settlement. That sucks, right? The site Consumer Reports also indicated that the 2014 Nissan Rogue is prone to noise and leaks, and even suffers from steering and suspension issues. So yeah, I think it's prudent if you avoid those Nissan vehicles that I've mentioned, more specifically various model years of the Nissan Rogue. 2023 Ford Bronco. Bronco is just a few years old after its return, and now it's on its 6th generation. When Ford reintroduced it to the market, it did actually delight American SUV lovers, especially those who are fond of taking the off-roads. The Bronco, after all, is a bold SUV, with all the mechanicals that let it cover paths away from the streets. It was good at first until the 2022 model year came in. Reliability issues started to spring up left and right. This problem even persists in the 2024 model of the Bronco, despite addressing some of the major issues already. Based on the data produced by Consumer Reports, the 2023 model year of Ford Bronco was recalled 6 times by the NHTSA, which is dumbfounding. The problems aren't that simple either. For example, certain models of 2022 to 2023 Ford Bronco have internally damaged steering gear, which in turn heightens the risk of steering lockup. NHTSA deemed this as a potential cause of road crashes. Another issue found on the 2023 Ford Bronco is on the park crawl of its automatic transmission. Accordingly, there's a possibility for it not to engage fully because of assembly damages. If not parked securely, the SUV could roll away. There are also certain units of Ford Bronco with defective BrakeMaster cylinders, improperly installed front seat belts, and faulty rear-view cameras. All of these errors made the latest models of Ford Bronco a risky buy. If you get one, do it with caution. Otherwise, you might be put on the line. And who does want that? 2023 Dodge Hornet. Yep, the Dodge Hornet is on this list, and it didn't surprise me a bit. At first, the Dodge Hornet was the hottest thing in America. Finally, I said, an SUV that we actually want and need. Who doesn't want to get a European-grade car but with half the price? That's practically the selling point of every Dodge car, but the Hornet was the closest to delivering the promise. But right now, the Hornet is plagued with multiple problems. If you go to its Hornet Owners Forum, you'll see people dropping bombs all over Stellantis. Usually forums are full of marks, but for the Dodge Hornet, it's the other way around. Most of the threads you can see are about electrical problems. From blinded adaptive cruise control to dashboards going blank, many owners have said that the Dodge Hornet is filled with nauseating errors that prevent a good and seamless drive. One owner even said that his Hornet died only several months after he purchased it. When it was checked by the mechanic, he reported that at least 200 various codes were going haywire and wreaking havoc. Keep in mind that we are talking about a brand new Dodge Hornet GT here. It will take me a day before I can give you the full scope of the horrendous design of the Dodge Hornet. But to save you from the hassle, let me just tell you that this is an unsafe vehicle, and you should never consider buying one unless this is the last SUV on planet Earth. And that completes our list. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and share buttons. I know it's a chore, but it helps the channel a lot. Until next time, drive safely.